It has been 2 years since we've looked at this Deathstroke figure, and we all know an important part of RC, even on the minis, if you're going scale, you need a driver. Now you could get complicated like this, or you could do it much simpler, like this. But considering that this is all that was left of my Master Chief, I dug out some of my other childhood figures and realized they're not in the greatest condition either. I did play around a little bit and pose them, also realized that some of these older figures don't have the greatest posability. And even though it looked like Deathstroke was looking for a ride, I still dug through the box and found a couple more figures, and these are my Marvel Legends. And as you can see, Cap still has some of the weathering from when I was a kid because I was pissed at him for betraying and keeping a secret from Iron Man.
Did you know? Yes.
So I made him get his ass clapped.
That is America's ass.
Wait. I made him get his ass beat when I was a kid because that really pissed me off. Side rant over, it was when I was posing these guys, I was like, hey, I wonder if they make any new ones. I haven't checked in a really long time. So I hopped on the old interwebs and doing a little bit of research, that's when I saw this guy right here. And I have done zero research on him, so I figured it probably wasn't smart to buy. Well, 2 days later, we have him here, and we can go ahead and open this guy up. Well, it's safe to say the box is made out of whatever the hell Deadpool is made out of, because it looks absolutely fantastic, except for the fact that, yeah, it's empty. And that's because I've been taking this guy out and posing him up everywhere, because he's freaking amazing. And before we take an up-close look at him, I feel like it's only fair that we check out all of the accessories that he comes with, because boy, does he come with a lot, if you can't tell by the packaging. Now, he comes with quite a few different hands, so we're going to start with the left and then just move down the line. Punchy fist hand. Thumb wrestling or sword holding hand, holding a pew-pew or a burrito, making a pew-pew with your finger, making a deuces. The other hand has pretty much the same except you get a thumbs up and a pew-pew without the thumb cocked down. I will say fortunately, but unfortunately you only get one other head, and the fortunate part is the other head looks beautiful. You see those pearly whites shining through, but you don't get any masked emotion. Also with Deadpool, you get this really cool dupe figure. I don't know a ton about dupe, but doing some research, I did see this picture of him kicking the crap out of Thor, so it's pretty cool that you do get the little punchy fist. I think it works great. The arms do move, so you can kind of get him in some different poses. You also get a little stick of dynamite that's got a fuse lit.
Wow, that's nice and bright. What kind of candles are those?
Dinamite! Must be Italian.
And, of course, a chimichanga. Then moving on to the firepower, you get a nice little M60, no dry brushing or anything crazy, no copper bullets, but it does look pretty sweet, and we are going to fix them up later in the video. We're going to make these things look sweet. You also get this weird Helldivers looking gun. It does look pretty cool, but my favorite piece is this AK-47, which we are also going to give a little Deadpool special and make it look a little bit different. You also get these really cool blast effects, which I was really excited to see. Unfortunately, they don't work with the pistols, but they would work really cool with a piece that's not included. It's a little blood splatter piece I found on Amazon. Again, that's not included, but it does look great with it. And then moving on to Deadpool's main creme de la creme, you get his 1911, which we're going to clean up later. You get his little baby knife, which the paint did come off on the handle. I don't know if that was me or it came like that. And of course, his swords. They are a little short, but it does keep the sheaths convenient to move around, so I get it. Loaded up and ready to rip, let's take an up-close look. Before we set him up with all the accessories and hit all the cool poses, I think it's fair that we just take a look at him standing there in a kind of dynamic pose. We're going to spin him around, take a look at all this detail up close, because he really is packing. No, I don't mean down there. I mean, he's packing a lot of detail. I think we'll start with the head, and this is what I was talking about. The head looks absolutely phenomenal, but it is very just kind of plain. It's very symmetrical, side to side, minus, his little hood, but you don't really have any expression, which I don't mind. I think you can, depending on the pose you put him in, you can still get a lot of really cool expression from him because it's Deadpool. The body does a lot of the emoting, but then again, it's Deadpool. The face is 90% of him, so it would have been cool to get something a little bit different than just this, but I'm not complaining. I do really like this, but for $50, I mean, come on, is it really that hard to throw in another head mold, just like a big wide eye or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm just complaining. Let me know in the comments if you think I'm just being a complainer, but I don't know. I think it would have been cool. Now back to how great he looks. The little chest pieces that go back, this is solid. That's fixed on there. I don't think you're gonna break it off. It looks like there's some glue or something. That's pretty cool. You probably could remove it if you wanted to. You've got some hinges in the shoulders, which is really cool compared to like this Daredevil, which has the little Winter Soldier chest piece on. Has no shoulder hinges. Just, I mean, he does, but you know what I mean. No chest butterfly hinges. With Deadpool, you have those butterfly hinges, so you can get some really cool chest expression, get the arms kicked way back. One thing I will say, these feel like at some point they're gonna break. I don't know if anybody's had that problem, but it definitely feels, I don't know, it just doesn't feel good moving these guys around. I feel like it might take some breaking in because the shoulders are very tight, getting them to move up and down right there. We'll see how that goes. You've got some super cool looking arm cuffs, gauntlet pieces, nice double hinge elbow. The hands, you have decent articulation. You can spin them all around. You can kind of flex them around a little bit. The elbows do look pretty good. Even with the double joint, they don't look too weird. So that's pretty cool. I do enjoy that. The back looks good, even with those butterfly type hinges. You've got, it feels like a ball or something there, and then at the very bottom right here, you've got another, I think there's another, yeah, there's another pivot right here. So like you could get probably some pretty decent ab crunch out of him. Maybe not. I don't know. But you got a pivot right there. So there is a lot of articulation, and I think, I'm no expert, but I think that's part of the Maximum series, is like you get a lot of articulation, you get toe articulation, which I feel like every figure should just have. That should be a normal. And then you still have these thigh cuts right here. Not the coolest. Luckily this side kinda doesn't really matter because you have this little holster with all his little mags and everything, so you don't really notice that. Around the back you've got some really nice detail, nice pouches. Moving down to the boots, you've got a very, very cool looking boot. I love this style of boot on Deadpool. It's probably my favorite version. Just a bulky, kind of a kicky, just a very bulky boot, and I think it is very cool. And then you've got his little baby knife down here. And all in all, I think it is a great figure. He looks absolutely phenomenal. He feels good. He's decently heavy. Like, it feels quality heavy in a way. And it's, I mean, very posable. Like, dang, he can almost do the splits. So that's pretty cool. The arms go up pretty decent as well. So, I mean, he is very posable. And we're going to play around with that here in just a minute. We're going to throw around some of these weapons, pose them up, check that out. And then we're going to detail some of these, because some of these weapons could be absolutely great. They are very cool. But the AK in specific, we're going to make it, just give it a little Deadpool touch. I'm not sure what we're going to do yet, but we're going to do a little something to it. Now, honestly, you know, I think it's time. He looks like he's yawning. You guys are probably tired of just me yapping. Let's hit some cool poses with this dude and get to it. So, all in all, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. I think it's a pretty cool figure. It's a little bit on the expensive side, but the accessories, I guess, kind of make up for it. Could have gotten a few more. I would have liked to seen an extra head, mass version, maybe one eye open. The guns look great. Did a little bit of weathering on this one. And all in all, I think the figure is totally worth it. You got some really cool posability out of them, great accessories. If you guys have this figure, I would love to know your opinions on him. If you don't have him, I'd love to know your opinions on him based off this video. If there's anything you would want to see different, added, I would like to see no more of these little weird leg splits. I guess they work for when you need them, but I don't know, it's a little weird. The arms are a little squishy. There's a new limited edition SBPRC holographic sticker available via the link in the description of this YouTube video. There is also these 1-inch SBP Toxic Barrel fill stickers that work on the smaller scale rigs as well as your bigger rigs. That was hard to say. Thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you in the next one.